What's up guys, welcome back to the London car scene. It's been a couple of weeks. I haven't really made any videos during the lockdown. I haven't really gone out a lot. I've been in most of the time, but I thought now that lockdown's starting to ease a bit more, that it's about time that we did a few more. Oh, this floor is so bumpy. We did a few more videos. I did go out one time during lockdown, and that was to get this service, which this video is going to be about. How much it cost me to get this car serviced. It was a service A, but I had some additional items that needs to be done on this car, which I didn't know. Well, obviously I knew they had to be done, but I didn't know that they were recommended as service intervals. So obviously that's popped up the price quite a bit from what I was expecting, which I'll explain later on in this video. So yeah, let's go for a drive. Let's talk about what I've done during lockdown to this car, and what I found out about this car, and how much the service cost me. So without further ado, let's get started. So as I said, welcome back guys. The first thing that I did while the car was parked up was, I don't know if I told you guys in the previous video when I first brought this car that it came with a dump valve, and the dump valve wasn't really for me. It wasn't something that I really wanted on the car, but I never had the chance or time to take it off because I'm always working. If I'm not working, then I'm at home with the kids. So I used the opportunity when it was parked up on the drive to remove the dump valve off the car, and then while doing that I had to remove the air filter to get to the turbo, blah blah blah. I found out that it has a K&N air filter, which I like it, but I might replace it with a different one, because I was looking at them prior to knowing that this car had one already. So I'm gonna consider changing that. I mean, they're fairly expensive for an air filter, and the K&N one is the cheapest one out of the lot, I think. But different brands, you know, they're made out of different materials. So I'm going to do a bit of research before I invest in another air filter to see which one's better. But after removing the dump valve, I don't know if it's just me or if it actually helps, but I think the car sounds quieter, like exhaust wise. So I don't know now if to change the exhaust on the car to something not louder, because I think it doesn't need to be louder, because I think that will make the car sound cheaper, but something make it sound more racy, if you know what I mean. More like it does, like it crackles and stuff on downshift, and you can hear it outside the car, but I don't know if it's loud enough, if you know what I mean. I don't know if you can hear it now. I just shifted down again, and now as I come off the accelerator it's popping. It doesn't really go until you really put your foot down, and even then it gets to a point and it's sort of, you know, there's nothing more. So they're the two things that I'm going to look at over the next few weeks. So now let's go on to the service. So the service A, by itself, I think it's about £200 to £300. It's not a lot, considering a car as part of the Mercedes AMG range. So I wasn't really too bothered about the price, and so alright, fair enough, I'll book that in. Went online to the Mercedes website, and bang, additional options need fulfilling. So the gearbox oil needs changing, the transmission oil, and the rear diff oil needs changing. And then I think there was additional features like the air filter sensor needed doing, and the panoramic sunroof needed oiling and greasing. And then they really start taking the price of this car up to like really fairly quite expensive. So service A, as I mentioned, was about £200, £300, and then on top of that, the transmission, so the gearbox cost me another £450. So I think I've got the information here next to me, so I'll go through it with you guys so you can have a look. And then the rear diff, I think that was another £200, £300. All in total, Mercedes wanted to charge me nearly £800, sorry, £900 they wanted to charge me. And I was like, oh, that's a bit expensive considering, you know, I was expecting it to be £300. So I did a bit of phoning around and a bit of research with the Mercedes dealers, and I found out that each Mercedes dealer doesn't have a price that they just stick by. They have each dealer has a different price for the work they're carrying out. So one down south is more expensive, and obviously the further up north you go, the cheaper it is. So did a bit of ringing around, seeing if they were price matched, and they kept telling me nope, they're not going to price match any of what I'm looking at. The price is the price. And I was like, surely it can't be, because I know Audi, they price match with independent specialists. As long as they're using Audi parts, then they will price match with the independent specialist. So I asked them that question. No, Mercedes will not do that either. So I held off a bit. I was like, oh, I'll go to an independent specialist and I'll ask them how much it would be. Independent specialist was about the same price as Mercedes. They wanted about £700 to £800 where I was living. So again, I just thought I was going to have to bite the bullet and pay £800, £900. In the end, I kept phoning up Mercedes going, look, in this location, your Mercedes dealership is charging £666. I'm not willing to pay more than that. If another dealer, which is a Mercedes dealer, is offering the same service as you for nearly £300 cheaper. In the end, they were like, yeah, fair enough, you're right, and they price matched exactly what the other dealer was offering. So I got a £300 discount, but it wasn't really a £300 discount because that's how much it should have been in the first place. This dealer wanted to charge me, and they're a Mercedes dealership, they wanted to charge me £800 to £900, and that was the same for all dealerships around where I'm living. So yeah, if you're going to get a Mercedes serviced, do a bit of research, because each dealer charges a different amount in different locations. Ring up your local dealer, tell them that another dealership is offering it for this price. They might tell you no, just keep persevering, and eventually they will give it to you for the same price as the dealership that you've seen. Right, so I'll pull over somewhere and I'll go through what they've done, how much each thing was. The total for my service was there, you can see, £662.32. That was for service A, I believe, but I had a few additional things done, which I mentioned earlier in the video. So let's have a look. So yeah, there we go. It says there, if you can read it, service A, Mercedes A45 AMG, and then this is basically a tick list that they fill out as they're going through the service. Just make sure everything's done, but the actual work carried out is this here. Yep. So rear axle diff oil change to the automatic transmission, and then on this one it's the normal service. And the normal service is so basic, it's just seal ring, window screen wash, oil filter. It's not a lot to it. The main bits were the gearbox, and on this I definitely recommend getting the gearbox done. So in total again, £662. That was down from £850. Right guys, I just want to say thanks again for watching. I know it's been a while. It's been a good few weeks since the last uploaded, but I didn't want to go out if I didn't have to. So thanks for watching. Thanks for all the people that subscribed during lockdown, because I've seen quite a few people have subscribed during COVID-19. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe for plenty more videos to come.